So why do I run at such a high gear? Why am I always ready to go? Why am I always aggressive, focused, determined? Because as you can see, if you're doing something every day all the time and you don't see someone slowing down or not being able to get up and do it, because there is such value in what I'm about to share with you. Because most people don't actually live life in a state of fatigue or a state of tiredness, or they're not able to go out and do something. People lack a vision. People lack short-term goals and an ultimate vision, or multiple visions that they're working for. So they don't have any of this motivation that people naturally who have a vision work towards. Whenever you don't actually have something you're going out there to achieve, then you don't have anything pulling you out there to go out and execute. Whenever you're happy with what you have and you accept where your health, where your life is at, well then you also put on a brake on where you could be going to better yourself and get new opportunities. And as we continue along the line of what people choose to do rather than what they could be doing, then you miss out on all of these massive, amazing opportunities that you can set yourself up for right now. I don't put any limiters on. Most people are running with all these things limiting them, where they don't feel like they can go out and do something. They've got the worry that they carry, they've got the doubt that they're carrying, they've got some insecurity that they're carrying, and these are all carrying extra stuff. They're worried about this, they don't want to see this person today, they're making a big deal out of a meeting, they're making a big deal out of a phone call, and it just basically, if you want to look at time as something that you should be consuming, or else something else consumes it and it's lost, that's what time is. So you either used it well or you just gave it away. And it's not as if there's anything running out. You can be making the most of it so you can get the most amount done. If you can start to get on that wavelength, whenever you can start to think like that and execute like that, then you've just taken off most of the reason why people are held back. Because as we often hear, whenever someone says they got successful, they said they had nothing holding them back. They let off basically all of that doubt, all of that fear, all of that insecurity, and went, I'm just going for it. So that you don't even have to have a high amount of energy. If you take off that alone, and then you add on top of it the vision of where you're going, you've basically taken off everything slowing you down and give you something else that's the reason to speed up. That's going to be one of the biggest changes that you're going to make in your life. But as you do the things that actually challenge the body physically, because that's you've got to get over that stuff as well. You can't just be working on the best physique, but you've got stuff holding you back and you don't have any great vision. Whenever you have the vision, then you start to know what you're going for, what you're going to create, and that gives you the direction where you actually go along somewhere and get the results that you need to get. You get to the destination, and then you have other things that you're working on. Don't let yourself get stuck like that. So you have the first part, which is you get over all the bad stuff and you get a vision. Then you get on to the second part, which is you actually do the stuff day in and day out, where you test yourself. Because the more you can test yourself throughout a day, where you don't kill yourself, you don't test yourself so much that you don't have any energy for the next day, or you're going out to do this for 10 years. You don't want to be waking up day in and day out without any energy. But you want to challenge yourself on the days that you're out there, for the time that you're out there. Challenge yourself. Always be challenging yourself. Try and get more done. Try and be more effective with what you're doing out there. As you do that, then you create the opportunity to utilize the time that you have to get over all of the things that you've missed out on because you were previously getting caught up in the wrong things. The third one is what you do with your body. It's not just the working on the physique, it's with what you put in your body. So if you start to put in the best of food, let alone, as I say, you have to work on the physique, you have to do the daily disciplines, but you also have to eat healthy. And even if you missed out on the workouts, even if you didn't have the daily disciplines, the amount that your diet gives to you is of such value, because whenever you're eating good, you give your body the opportunity to run a peak efficiency. You give your body the solid growth that it needs, the nutrition that it needs. and as you put in the right stuff and you stay hydrated, well then that's one of the biggest chunks that you can make, the biggest differences that you can make. Because you can have all the vision in the world, and you could have taken off all of the things that were holding you back. You could be working out every single day and maintaining great disciplines throughout the day where you do push yourself. But you get to the third point and you're not putting the right stuff in your body, you're not hydrated. Well, the more that you do out there, the more that you put in effort, the more hydration that you need. Whenever we eat healthy, we notice the benefit with how much energy we have, with the health boosts that we get, with the prevention of any problems. Whenever you run without problems, whenever you're not being filled up with alcohol or you're going out there and there's people sick, you should be able to go out there with the best health, and you will always be able to be around anyone that's sick or etc. So that there's not holding you back. So the third one, and one of the most important parts of this message, is whenever you put in the right stuff and you actually have to improve because you're doing more, because you're going out there working towards that vision, because you're doing all the daily disciplines, the point that you need to refuel yourself, it becomes now more important because you've got to get all the right stuff in again for your body to refuel. So that's why you put in the best of foods and you keep the best of hydration. 3 small key important tips that you must have in your life if you want to get the most motivation. And I know one of the most common things people say is, I'm losing sight of what I want to go for. I don't have any motivation. The reason you don't have it is because you haven't been doing the things that get it. Motivation is not something that you find, it's something that you get. So you have to do the stuff that gets it. Apply this now and you're going to see your motivation levels go from whatever low level they're at to 100% very quickly.